Owning a car is rarely about its functionality. We are emotionally attached to the cars that we drive, and there is no denying that owning a high-end car is considered a status symbol. A car lover can get a high just by looking at the brand logo on the hood and the trunk. That is the kind of exhilaration that this man experienced as he drove his Range Rover Sport out of the car bond in Kampala after paying 300 million shillings for it. And then, 5 months later, as he drove home from church, disaster struck. At Lugogo bypass, the car was impounded. He does not want to reveal his identity as he fears his businesses will be targeted.
They put a device under the steering, like a laptop, and they said, wow, this one was stolen, I think, last year in the UK. I had my wife, my kids, and we were left on the side of the road.
Last month, 15 high-value Range Rovers were impounded by Interpol in an annual operation to combat international crime. The suspicion was that they had been stolen. Police says the chassis and engine numbers of the cars were altered.
They come with a diagnostic reader where they put in the vehicle and all the old details, even if they had altered, even if they had changed the chassis number, the engine number, this reader brings it out clearly.
A Range Rover costs between 300 to 450 million shillings on the Ugandan market. The impounded cars have bills of lading from the port of loading, which were presented to Interpol Uganda and Uganda Revenue Authority. When Interpol issued certificates of conformity, the importers paid over 100 million shillings in taxes for each car.
Who is to blame in this situation? Because government has got all the mandate to do inspection before. For us, we are simply traders who go to the market and do purchase. So how will I know that the chassis number on the documents, which is tiring on the car, is wrong?
Now the dealers are pointing to a racket they claim is led by an official in Uganda Revenue Authority, who, before the cars were impounded, approached them requesting for a bribe of 18 million shillings per car.
We are still suspecting that there could be some sources which are not true. First of all, how did these people know that these cars were stolen from UK but were brought to Uganda?
The dealers are now hoping for a refund of over 1 billion shillings they paid in taxes on the impounded cars. They also accuse URA of being selective, saying 3 Range Rovers that had been impounded and kept in a bonded warehouse in Bugolobi, Kampala, were recently released to a UPDF general on instructions from a high-ranking revenue officer.
Our customs procedures provide that where there is an overpayment or a payment that was not supposed to take place in this regard for this kind of transaction, the importer of the car has opportunity to lodge in the proper paperwork and ask for a refund. And I would like to encourage those people who think that there's selective impounding to provide such information for any other cars out there that are not yet impounded, and will certainly take action.
Meanwhile, the bona fide buyer is bearing the brunt of this impasse because he is in the dark concerning the fate of his car.
I went to Interpol, I recorded a statement, and I was told they are doing investigations. I asked how long is it going to take, and they said they are not very sure.
The investigation it is going to take a bit of time. The buyers should just be patient. They should now get in touch with the Directorate of CID and find out how far the investigations are.
So where does the buck stop, since the car dealers say they are not obliged to refund the buyer?
They are insisting they are not paying back any coin to the customers because by the time they saw those cars, they were genuine cars. Like I told you, in this situation, you have nobody to blame.
The businessman says that in just 1 month, he has spent 10 million shillings chasing his car. He and his family have now resorted to using private taxis as they swallow the pain of losing their status symbol. Probably in a bid to escape the wrath of the buyers, should they decide to go to court, the traders have petitioned the Minister for Trade to intervene on their behalf with URA and Interpol. However, the minister has not committed herself. Gillian Nantume, NTV.